How's it going, everybody? Welcome to LevelMDiecast. Call this a MiniGT Monday. We are going to start off with our Tyrell P34 number 3, Jody Scheckler. This is 1976 Swedish GP winner, number 583. So we have only seen the Tyrell once before. So this is the first recolor, which technically it's not really recolor. It's just another driver. But this one looks excellent, just as good as the first release. This one looks pretty good. I think the very first release didn't have a driver, I think, if I remember correctly. But this one does. Notice the Jody on the side of the helmet, which is some pretty cool details, which looks pretty good. Got your elf on there. Pretty straightforward, your quad stack steering. Probably one of the most iconic F1 cars in history, next to the McLaren MP4, which, that's going to be coming down the pipeline too, because MiniGT is going to be making that one as well. All right, we do have the other one. This is Patrick DePaler. This is the second place guy. His is number 4. Consecutive orders number 584. 583 to 584 to kick it off. We're going to go up in numbers as we roll through what we got going on here. Pretty much the same thing we just looked at. Pretty straightforward. Just a different driver, different deco for the driver itself. Obviously, just because, they wear different helmets. And then just number 4 versus number 3. Other than that, there might be a couple of different sponsors here and there, but pretty much same exact one. So we are completists here, so we do have to pick up all of them. All right, next one up, we're going to move into some normalized cars. Porsche 911 GT3 Touring in black. This one is number 606. This is the third, I believe, color we have seen for the GT3 Touring. This is basically the I want to drive really fast, but I still want my heated seats and leather and all that good stuff like that. That's pretty much what this Porsche is, which I think is perfectly fine. The black cars, they kind of soak up all the lines and the details and stuff, so you don't really get to get the full effect of the casting itself versus lighter colors. But this one looks pretty good. Does have black interior in there as well, but relatively straightforward. Just another Porsche, but we like that. We like it. All right, keeping with the black theme, this is the Lamborghini Kosh LPI 800-4. And Nero Maia, or whatever, however you want to pronounce that, but it's black. It's black. Number 607. Throw that guy on there. That is a much larger casting than the Porsche. Of course, that is a much larger car in real life than the Porsche, so that is expected. It's a pretty good casting. It's pretty good casting. Just the second color we've seen for this one. Debuted in white, which is pretty nice. This one in black also looks pretty nice. Some carbon details all over it. Just kind of mixed in here and there. It's a good casting. It's a good casting. It's big, but it's accurate. It's proportions, things like that. So, and of course, the Countach is just a cool car. Just a cool car, especially the new one. I mean, the old one's iconic, but this new one is super, super cool. At least in my opinion, I think it's super cool. Looks good. All right, next one up. Some Tommy Kyo Love for the R34. This one in midnight purple, although the midnight purple is not quite as fancy as you might think. Number 616. I think this might be my favorite version, though, of the Tommy Kyo, because I just like the purple. It's a little bit different midnight purple than I think most people are accustomed to when it comes to the Skylines. Just a little bit. Sorry, get that scented there a little bit. The wheels look fantastic on this one in gold. Big Tommy Kyo on the side. There's your front mount intercooler. Got a custom splitter on the front. Part of the Tommy Kyo package. The double stacked wing in the back is also very interesting. To me, it just basically looks like a normal purple, but that's just me. You guys can comment what you think. If that's more of a midnight purple, just regular purple, but I think it's just regular purple. Again, just my opinion. But this one looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice model. All right, next one up, we are going IMSA Racing 2023 Daytona 24 Hours for the EVO 22 NSX GT3 number 93 Harrison Contracting Company number 617. Yes, a giant mouthful. This one seemed to release a little bit later than the rest of these in this mix. I do pick all these up from Surplus Goodies. You guys are should be aware of that by now. I picked up all my models from Surplus Goodies. I did miss out on one single release. It was for a Super GT series, unfortunately. But this one looks fantastic. Love the yellow headlights. That is a super, super cool feature. All the details and stuff. Of course, I just like race cars. Got your Acura on there, which looks fantastic. I think all the details look very, very good. Prints are fantastic. This one's pretty straightforward, but I like it. I like it. I like all the kind of touring car style race cars. I think those ones are the best ones for sure. All right, moving on to one that should be relatively popular. This is the latest S15 Super Silhouette for the 2022 Goodwood Festival of Speed. This is number 618. Now, the very, very first deco that released for that particular casting was the Formula 2021 Drift deco. Most of that was in Japanese. Most of the sponsorships and print and stuff on the side. And then the next one that came out after that was the presentation car. That's the one that came out with the hauler. And now we have this one, which is the Goodwood Festival of Speed. This is basically straight from Japan out there. But this one looks pretty good. It's very, very Americanized, I guess you can say. A lot of English print and stuff on there. But a lot of little small subtle prints in there. A lot of the font and stuff's changed. A lot of the text has changed. A lot of print on the hood or the actual roof of the car have changed. But for the rest of it, it's pretty straightforward. It's super silhouette. It's still the same yellow and white. Iconic deco. But this one looks pretty good. As a matter of fact, I almost missed this one because I thought I already had it. But luckily, I realized that 618 number was a pretty high release. All right, moving into the Super GT series, we do have ourselves a safety car now for the Nissan Z. This one is number 620. So now we can have some proper Super GT races. Now that we have a proper pace car to take care of those. So the one that I missed out on that I'll have to wait until my local supplier gets it is the Calsonic Z. I think it might be the Z. It might be the GT500 GTR. But it's the Calsonic Deco. Somehow I missed out on that one from Surplus Goodies. It sold out before I could scoop it up. But the rest of these pretty much dropped all at the same time. That is a really nice light bar on the top of that. Of course, the prints and all that stuff looks good. I love the tail lights. That looks good as well. Never really realized they were lensed, but that looks pretty good. So, a bit of here, a little bit of there. But just happy we get a pace car now so that we can take care of our Super GT series. All right, Lania Stratos HF Stradale in Verde Chiaro. This one looks absolutely ridiculously spot on. Number 625. This is definitely my favorite release of the Lancia yet, because that one just looks so age appropriate, so era appropriate, and it just looks so perfect for the car itself, with just this kind of a pea green over gold wheels. I just love it. I just love it. This is definitely my favorite version of the Stratos. It's a kind of an ugly car in real life. It's obviously a giant wedge, but I think this one just looks good. Looks good. A little bit of Stratos there on the door panel there at the top, or the outside of the door, I should say. And then your double exhaust. I think it just looks good. It's a good casting. Really good casting. So they also make a headlight up version, so that's why the headlights are quote-unquote adjustable, but they're not really adjustable. All right, McLaren F1 in Cobalt Blue. This one is number 629. I do believe this is the third deco we've seen for the regular one. I might be off by one of those. It debuted in silver, though. I know we have it in silver. I know it's either we gotten it in black or we're going to get it in black. But now we have this one in blue. But it looks good. All the details look good. Bigger wheels in the back. Bigger tires in the back as well. That center cockpit design looks really, really good. I think this particular one looks good in blue. Definitely like the details on that one. It's a very, very interesting car. Very cool design. The back of it's a little bit busy. But I do like the taillights. And of course, you got your F1 there in the back, the quote-unquote rear grille, if you want to call it a grill. It's very interesting. But this model looks good. This model looks really, really good. I think the proportions are perfect. You know, MiniGT is very good at getting those type of details down. Very, very good. All right, moving on to a super outlandish model, the LB Silhouette Works Aventor GT Evo in yellow. This one, number 639. This car is so unbelievably bonkers. Even as a MiniGT, I couldn't imagine looking at this car in real life. This thing just looks like a transformer, looks like something straight out of sci-fi. I mean, the details are just everywhere. Now, we have seen this particular one in about 4 different colors. I'm not a huge fan of the yellow one. I think the yellow is probably the least appealing one. The white one and the black one, those two are very, very nice. The black one is very nice because it's very sinister. It looks menacing, and then the white one's really nice because it really brings out all the details of the casting. It really pops a lot. Just to showcase how much bodywork pieces are on there compared to a normal Aventor. But that one looks pretty good. I mean, just another pretty straightforward MiniGT. There's a lot of recolors these days, unfortunately. All right, Honda S2000 CR in Grand Prix White, number 656. We basically just keep getting the US spec version and then the JDM spec versions. So this one happens to be... I believe this is the US spec version, yeah, because it's left-hand drive. The CR, I think the right-hand drive version, the Type S, is the JDM version. So we've already seen the the right-hand drive white version of this one for the JDM. Now we're getting it in the US spec, which is a little ridiculous. It's just a little ridiculous, but you know what? It's another MiniGT, so we're happy to add it to the collection, but gets a little bit redundant with these S2000s for sure. I'm hoping at some point in time they do a hardtop version, maybe like a tuned version or something that I think would be a pretty cool addition for sure. All right, and the very last one we get to roll out with is a Porsche 911 GT3 in Guards Red. This is about the 6th or 7th color we've seen for this guy. Number 662. So the numbers are way up there. 662 releases minimum. I'm sure there's a couple after that. There's definitely way more than that in process. They're well into the 700s as far as pre-orders go. But this one looks good in black. Or I'm sorry, red with black wheels. And big wing on the back. You know, pretty standard GT3. This is the a little bit more in-your-face version versus the touring version. But they all look good nonetheless. So there you go. That is a nice Baker's Dozen edition for MiniGT Monday. Those are the latest additions to the collection, latest releases as well. You want to pick these up. Most of these are, well, some of these are still available at Surplus Goodies as of the time of this video. But we're going to roll out. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. Come back later. LevelMDiecast, diecast all the time. Peace.